Hello and welcome one more time. My name is Alex Centeno, and today we're going to be talking about paid advertising online. All you need to know to promote your practice with paid ads. So let's just start with what paid advertising is. Paid advertising is a form of online advertising where you pay to have access to someone else's audience. So online, there are some ways to advertise virtually free. For example, on your website or on organic results on search engines. But of course, those methods actually take a long time, especially if you're just starting out. So advertising is very important for chiropractors because you need to let your prospective patients know that you are in business. So otherwise, people won't know that you can serve them. And that's where paid advertising comes into play. So instead of just waiting all the time that it requires for the advertising in organic results to play out, what you end up doing is paying so that you have access to those audiences from primarily Google and Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. So paid ads can drive client acquisition because they present your message in front of a larger audience and they bring them at the top of your sales funnel. So the two biggest players in paid ads, like we said, are Google Ads and Meta ads. So Google offers primarily pay-per-click search ads, and Meta offers social media ads primarily on Facebook and Instagram. So what is pay-per-click? Google search ads work on an auction system based on keywords. And so what you do is select a certain number of keywords and a matching mechanism for those keywords. For example, a broad match, and every time that someone searches for those particular keywords, then an auction takes place to see who wants to pay more for that particular user. Now, you don't pay for the impression itself. What you end up paying is if someone actually clicks. Therefore, it's called pay per click. What are the benefits of Google Ads? First of all, it's a high intent traffic. You're targeting users that are actively searching for the services you offer. So they already entered those keywords in the search box, so you know that they are interested. Let's talk about best practices for creating those Google Ads. The first part, obviously, is the selection of those keywords. What you want to do is anticipate the keywords that people are going to be entering in that box. The second part is a little bit more complex, which is coming up with the copy itself, the headlines and descriptions that you are going to use to try to entice your users to click on your ads. So how Facebook and Instagram ads work is basically that they target based on demographics, interests, and behaviors, rather than just the keywords that people are entering. So the benefits of using Facebook ads is that you have access to a broader audience, you're going to have broader reach, and you have visual storytelling. Instead of just using the keywords in a text form, you're going to be using visual graphics and design, which of course can create much more engagement. So let's talk about best practices for creating compelling social media ads. The first part is going to be the ad design itself. What you want is to create a very attractive design that is in line with the voice, tone, and style of your branding archetypes. In other words, you want the ads to not feel like a surprise to the people that are familiar with your brand. The second part is going to be the audience segmentation. You don't want to just send your ads to everybody in the United States. Especially for chiropractors, what you want to do is geographically limit the audience that you're sending your ads to so that you have more potential prospects to reach. Now, let's talk about key differences between Google Ads and Facebook ads. The first one is intent versus interest. Google targets users based on active search intent, while Facebook and Instagram targets users based on interests. Next is ad format. text-based ads on Google versus visual ads on Facebook and Instagram. Audience targeting. The targeting strategies are slightly different. The first one is going to be targeting by keyword, and the second one basically by demographics and geographics. And finally, we have cost structure. There are variable costs involved in cost per click versus cost per mil. So one is going to be paying per click, and the other one is going to be paying per impressions, or in this case, 1,000 impressions. And one last thing I want to mention about this is that the focus of the conversion is generally slightly different. Google ads are going to lead to immediate conversions rather than Facebook ads, which tend to take a little bit longer because people are not necessarily immediately interested in what you are showing them. But you're going to be creating brand awareness and retargeting with those ads. All right, folks, I hope that you found this video helpful. And if you did, please like and share with your chiropractor friends. And if you have any questions, please let us know. Don't hesitate to reach out to Mercados anytime. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.